everybody, it's me, Tuniscia O, and welcome to Tea with Tuniscia O. So since my hubby and I are celebrating our wedding anniversary, I thought it would be befitting for me to talk about some of the great things that we do in our relationship to keep our marriage spicy, so to speak, fun, laughing, and just joyful. A lot of people comment on our pictures and say, oh my gosh, you guys look like you're having so much fun. And we actually do have a ton of fun together. And probably my number one rule is neither one of us take ourselves too serious. We're just here to just have a good time. So I'm going to list a couple things that we do in our house to kind of help us. And maybe it can help some of you guys. Or also, please share what you guys do with me, because I'm always open to learning. And that's how we grow and develop, by watching those people who have done it differently or are doing it longer, so that we can grow together. So my first thing is, I learned something a long time ago. They said, if you watch a young child, when their dad comes in the house, have you ever seen the joy on a child's face? And they're like, oh, daddy. And they just hug them so tight, and there's nothing that can go wrong in that moment. I decided to take a page out of a 2-year-old's book, and I began, when my husband comes in, my children will tell you, when he comes in, I'm like, oh, welcome. And I always go to the door. He doesn't get too many steps into the door, and I give him a kiss and welcome him into the house. Even if I'm upstairs in my room, I'm coming downstairs as soon as I hear those keys. The thing is this, the world is busy. There's a lot of things happening. When a man and a woman walk into their home should be their haven. It should be the place of peace. So when I come in, he greets me. I can't say he does as good of a job as I do. Most times I'm home before he is, just because, I'm dealing with Ike and school and all that stuff. But anywho, he does a great job. So that is tip number one. Cooking. I cook. I like to cook. It's not like my favorite thing in the world, but I do enjoy cooking. So I cook. And not only do I cook, when he comes in, I typically don't go to sleep until he's home, so that I can serve him. Like, he works hard. He's the man of the house. And believe me, ladies, for you people, I'm not serving him. My husband does so much for me. Every day is Christmas. Every day is Mother's Day. I don't want for too much of anything, because he's such a giving man. It's my honor and my privilege to serve my man. I understand that that's not for everybody, but for me and in the O household, that's how we get down. Kids are fed. Hubby is fed. If he's not home, his plate is made. It's in the microwave for him, and he's set. So when he's ready to eat, I'm bringing a plate of food, a fork, napkin, drink, and here you are, my love. It is my heartfelt desire to make sure you're taken care of at all times. Because ladies, side note, what you won't do, another woman will. Even if it's temporary, just know what your man wants. I'm not telling you that this is for you to do, but I can only tell you what my husband loves, and that's why it's what I do. He knows what I love as well. How about vacations? We are big on traveling. A lot of you guys see that we do travel a lot, and that's something that we talked about before we were married. We made this agreement that we would travel a lot. Travel, even if it's little trips here or there, but we travel just together, just he and I. We travel individually, because children are independent of each other, and it is important for us to spend time with them independently. So you may see pictures of just me with one of the kids, or another one of the kids. Recently you saw me, hubby, and Ike went to Denver for something with Ike's biological mom. So we do travel individually, but it's important that we have family vacations with just he and I, and vacations individually, so that everybody is taken care of, their needs are met, and I'm doing and he's doing the best that we can with just making sure we're in tune with them. How about date night? We do date night. You guys will see pictures of us where we just hang out, whether it's a friend's party or we're out to dinner. I don't always post pictures of us out to dinner, but it is super important that you stay connected and spend that time. Life happens so quickly, and date night could be a picnic. It could be whatever it looks like for you all. For me, I like date night out of the house, because I cook a lot, so I'm happy to let somebody else feed me from time to time. Ladies, step up your game. Dress nice. Zhuzh up yourself. You know what you did to get the man when you look so nice. For the most part, you had it together, and you get married and you're like, I got him now. Listen, ladies, from my understanding, I've heard men are visual. So keeping yourself looking nice, whatever nice is to you and whatever it is to him. Everybody's idea is totally different. But you know what? Keep yourself up, so that you keep yourself together, and you're happy, he's happy, everybody's happy. You guys can figure that one out. One number one rule that is an absolute no in the O household. We do not ever sleep in separate rooms. That's a no. Even if we're upset, even if we're arguing or we have a disagreement or whatever the case, one thing we don't do is sleep in separate rooms. For us, we've discussed it. Separate rooms leads to the separate room this night. And then the next night, it's the couch. And before you know it, it's out of the house. And before you know it, it's out of the house for several days. Most people don't argue and just walk out of the house and then they're just gone. Most times it started with sleeping in separate rooms. I can't tell you what to do, but we do not sleep in separate beds, meaning no couch, no kids' rooms, no anything just because we're upset. Now I understand people are like, oh, I do it for snoring or I do it. When you're doing it for that reason, that's something that you guys can figure out on your own. They do have CPAPs for those people who snore, just FYI. However, we don't do that in our house. We make sure we're staying in the same bed and we talk it out quickly. There is none of this, let's just wait 2 or 3 weeks. Sidebar on that. If I am upset with something with my husband, I tend to not overshare with my family. I tend to, and it's not even often, but if it's something that's really big, early on in our marriage, I would mention something to his mother or his siblings. Why? Because they have an unconditional love for him and they're not going to sway their love for him as their son or brother. However, your family may hold a grudge. You two figure it out. Now you've worked it out. And guess what? They're still upset with him about something that you've moved on from and they're still judging you. So you know what, you guys? Keep your business to a minimal, if at all possible. Which leads me into the next one. Our relationship is between us. My husband and I have this understanding that as long as it's something between he and I, or even the people in our household, sometimes you still have to have your boundaries, even with kids, especially adult kids or, in blended families. But anything that's between he and I, we can get through that thing together. However, if any person at any time brings in a third party for whatever reason, even sometimes that third party might be a nosy, fill in the blank family member or friend or best friend or whatever, that is where we draw the line. And lastly, so keep your business to yourself, you guys. You might be feeling some kind of way at one moment. You get over it. The other person doesn't. It's uncomfortable. These are things that can just really help a marriage grow, just staying in your own lane. Lastly, no, not even lastly. So quality time. I know that I named all these things and it's like, that should be quality time. Quality time looks so different. For us, one of our favorite things is binge watching TV. Oh my gosh, there are times that he and I will just sit, it'll be 4 o'clock in the morning and we're just binge watching. So quality time is key. I love when we're going on vacations because there's always some level of a shenanigan that happens. I'm not talking about problems. I'm talking about just some funny, crazy thing. My sister, we'll call her Sister O. She always says, T, nobody comes up with shenanigans like you and Senor O. It's just always these fun things. And I think it's because I'm always looking for fun. So we always tend to find fun. If you're looking for something else, you might find it. For us, it's always fun. What great things are we going to come? So you know what? Create the marriage that you want. Find the joy that you want. Communicate the way you want. It's your life. It's your marriage. It's your journey. Make it your own. Stop looking at everybody else and what they're doing and comparing what they're doing to what you have or what you do not have. I don't pay attention to what they have. If I'm looking at Facebook, I am excited and liking all the pictures that you guys are posting, but I'm not trying to live my life through you. I live my own life. I love my own life. I appreciate you all. Please follow us on blendingourlove.com or subscribe, Blending Our Love, right here below. Follow us from our family to yours. Enjoy your life. Take your marriage seriously if you're married. If you're getting married, have these talks in advance to prepare for your future. I love you guys all. Throw some comments in the comment section down there so we can talk if you have any thoughts. Talk to you guys soon. Ciao.